So, good afternoon and welcome to another segment of Arsenal in News. The last for this week. It's been a marathon week, of my work and everything else. So, I think, I'm going to give myself a little a break and I'm not going to do anything over the weekend. I'm going to be away over the weekend anyway. But this is going to be the last segment of our Arsenal News for this week, unless something amazing or out of this world, comes out of this. So there's just a couple of bits of interesting news that I actually found out earlier actually today. I just didn't get a chance to do anything because I was working. So the news is about Lauren Koscielny. Yes. Lauren Koscielny, the club captain. Now apparently this news comes out from the Mirror. And it says that Lauren Koscielny is reportedly considering his future at Arsenal as the club stall on the offer of a new contract. And I wasn't aware of this actually. That was I didn't realise he's still got 1 year left on his contract to go. So it goes on to say the Frenchman has 12 months to run on his contract deal at the Emirates, but is seemingly pondering a fresh challenge ahead of the Europa League final. Now, L'Equipe says the 30, I didn't realise he was 33 years old. I thought he was a little bit older than that, to be honest. But it says the 33-year-old is becoming more and more tempted by the idea of trying something new as he prepares for his 405th game and potentially final game in Arsenal colours. Koscielny has apparently had talks with Arsenal over extending his stay, but nothing as yet has come to fruition. Apparently, Rennes, AC Milan are interested and have reportedly made contact, but it is Bayern Leverkusen who are making the biggest play after they secured their place in next season's Champions League. Wow, it's like I said, it's surprise. I'm very very surprised actually, to see that he's pondering his future, at Arsenal. Um, to be honest, I don't think he's been world class over the last couple of years. Again, another player that's been hampered, absolutely hampered by injuries. And he's, every which way but loose, he's managed to find his way back. But for me, he's never been really world class. He's done well towards the end of the season, but I think maybe to have him stay at Arsenal for another season may be a season too far for him. But I've got to give him his dues. He's done quite well. And if the news is true, I mean, I don't like to see any player pushed out. Really, I like to see them go of their own accord, unless they're being really disruptive. Alexis Sanchez, whoever said that. Sorry about that, but yeah, Lauren Koscielny, man. He's been with the club more than just under 10 years, I think. One of Arsene Wenger's foot soldiers there. But yeah, there are quite a few players. I saw on a list that there's maybe 10 players, four of which their contracts have come to an end. Especially after the Europa League Cup final, and one of which I remember was Lichtsteiner. I mean, I won't be too sad to see him go. That transfer didn't quite work out there. You could see, his legs have gone. The Premiership, was maybe just one too much for him. You know what I mean? And I guess maybe he probably should just think about going to another league or just hang up his boots. Go into management or some kind of coaching role there. And yeah, Koscielny and some other players, come top of my head, I can't remember now. But yeah, if he does end up going, I do wish him all the best. And the other player I wanted to talk about, the other player, believe it or not, is Robin van Persie, another ex Arsenal player. I say ex because Judas. There's like a few things I remember Van Persie for: injuries, and being frustrated at Arsenal, and his move over to Manchester United. But yeah, apparently he's retired. I just reading here that Van Persie salutes the final fans following the final match of his 18-year career. 18 years as a professional footballer. And yeah, there's quite a bit here with his interview with BBC News here, but there's some snippets. He said, "I won't take on big commitments in the next year." He explained, "Although I'm very thankful for the life I have now and that I had. If you're on that football train, it's like you have to report at 9 o'clock. You have to go on to a pre-season. You have to be there. You have to perform." I've now spoken many times with James Rowe, from the Netherlands about players. It's not only about players, transferring from one team to another. These players, they have family. They have family, and I don't know, drop names, but as a teaching assistant, I've worked in quite a few schools in North London, and there's one that kind of stood out for me, and I can't mention the name of the school, but it was a school that Burkamp, Dennis Burkamp's his kids went to this school, and then you kind of click that, yeah, these players, they have families. So you can't be like, oh yeah, we want to sign this player. Oh, this player is going to move from one part of Europe to the other side of Europe. These players have families. So we have to bear that in mind. It's not all about, this player's coming in, this player's leaving. These players have to, consider a lot of things. If they're young players with maybe no attachments, it's fair enough. But a lot of these players, they have family ties. Rooting up from one place, going to another country, children, finding schools for them. These players are human beings. They're human beings. But anyway, yeah, getting back to Robin Van Persie. Yeah, so those are the things I just kind of really remember him for, that we stood by him when he was injured, during the dark moments. And I remember the frustration when he was, not him, I can't remember which player it was, but Arsene Wenger was, excuse me, substituting one player. And I remember Van Persie was trying to say to, Wenger, no, no, no. And then the other thing, yeah, that he went to the other club, Manchester United, and won the Premier League. But, it's good luck to him. He's earned a lot of money, and he's got to, travel around the world, and he got to play for Arsenal, and yeah, 18-year career in football. Incredible, incredible. Um, just things, not a couple of things, a couple of messages come through the chat. From Richard from Arsenal TV. He says, "Evening, brother. Evening, Richard. How are you? Hope you're all right." This is a question. What's your thoughts on the link with Ryan Fraser coming to Arsenal? Do you have his upgrade or not? I think he's an upgrade, but anyone who has seen the interview, the exclusive interview with Vinay Van Keshwan and Rao, you need to see both parts, because I saw the first part and I saw the second part. Yeah, their vision for Arsenal, they're talking about the North Star and the coach and the academy and the director of football and everything else there. It's mind blowing, but again, it's not words, it's deeds that people are judged on. So as much as they talk a really good talk there, let's see how that translates in something that we can actually see on the pitch. Arsenal, in, not I'd say recent history, but we have had strong links with the academy, bringing players through the academy, and then they go and play in the first team there. Let's get back to that principle there. Let's get back to that. But I digress. So yeah, Ryan Fraser. Yeah, when I did see that interview there, they were talking about the transfer window, where they don't talk to players or the teams during that transfer window. There's a dialogue even before that. So you shouldn't have to get to the 11th hour when you're fighting to sign a player. And there's one player that stuck out in my mind. Was it last summer? It was Mani Dembele, where there was a reported, was it 80 or 90 million pound offer put in at the 11th hour for him. Foolishness, absolutely rubbish. So yeah, like he says, it's like they talk and they're in contact with these players, not only in the transfer window, before that, miles before that. So they will have an idea of which players that are available who would like to come to Arsenal. And of course you're going to get agents who are going to try and barter for a better deal. But to get to the 11th hour and you're trying to sign a player, that is ridiculous. So if we can get Ryan Fraser, Richard, I think it would be an upgrade. The guy is tried and tested in the Premiership. Okay, well, yeah, you can save that comment, Richard. Let's just wait and see. Wait and see. I'm not gonna say anything on that comment there, so I'm gonna remove that comment there. So yeah, I do hope we get Ryan Fraser because we do need to bring in players. And again, like I've said so many times, let's develop the youth academy players and bring them through. Bring them through there, man. You know what I mean? Get the players that really understand what it is to play for Arsenal. Okay, and the last one. What are your thoughts on the leaked New Jersey next season? Well, I did do a video. Well, I didn't do actually a video, but I spoke about it very briefly. I do like it. I really do like it, and it's probably come at the right time. Not only for a money making stint there, but it's good to see Adidas back where it belongs. In the red and white and Arsenal there. And like I said, the iconic JVC, I always remember that. We Ian Wright and them players there. You know what I mean? So it could be about time because when we did have Adidas, we won some trophies. We won a lot of trophies there, didn't we? So yeah, onwards and upwards, man. To see Aubameyang and Lacazette posing there. I do have a couple of replica tops there. Would I buy it? I'm old school. I'm old school. If you ever see me in my 1970, 78, 79 season red and white top, yeah, I go way back. So as much as I love the Adidas top, my memory goes back to when there was no logos, there's no sponsorship as such, shirt sponsorships. So yeah, as much as it looks good, I won't be buying one. But before I wrap up this segment of Arsenal news, if you have any questions, then I shall answer them as best as I can. Again, guys, whoever's passing by and you've seen Cannon Fodder TV, Arsenal news, this segment, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button as well. The segments we have usually on Cannon Fodder is on Mondays we have the fan comments with myself and a guest. Wednesdays we have the voice of reason split between two people. Fighting for the belt, apparently. Ha! Colin and my brother Ralph. Yeah, they're these guys. They're polar opposites because you got Colin who he gives his thoughts straight from the heart, man. There's my brother. It's just quite cool, calm, and collective. Not that Colin's not cool, calm, and collective, but he's a good guy. And on Fridays we have the Easy Talk, which is, I won't say it's one of my favourites, but I do enjoy it, where we have a panel of experts, real Arsenal fans who come on. We have a good old laugh, good chat, debates, a little bit of rants as well. That's a live show that we do there. But in the main, that is the format of Cannon Fodder TV. So again, if you're watching this now or maybe at a later stage, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button so you can catch up on all the latest news on Cannon Fodder TV. Right. So if there are no more comments, I can see now the numbers have been fluctuating. So to you guys who've come in and just see me ranting and raving about Koscielny, who's appears to be, is he being forced out of Arsenal? It's good to leave on a high if he's going to leave. And then you've got Robin van Persie, who has come to an end in his career. 18 years as a professional footballer. Yeah. Injuries, rants, and then he went over to them lot, Manchester United. Yeah. That's it. Okay. Well, unless you've got any more comments, I'm going to wrap up this segment of Arsenal in news. So I'll leave it down to you in the next few seconds. If not, we are done. We are done. Let's have a look. No more questions? No more debates? No more rants? And as well, I think I'll probably put the link in the comments box. Make sure you subscribe to Richard's channel, which is Arsenal TV. Subscribe to Colin's channel, which is Much FM. Fantastic channel. Make sure you subscribe to I'm Gonna Talk TC. We're going to be doing some collabs with TC. Subscribe to Ray's channel, which is an Arsenal fan circle. A real refreshing podcast over there. I'm sure I've left the link in the bottom there. Who else? Of course, my brother Raz's Twitter account, which is Ralph for Real 4, I think. But again, I've left the link in the comments box below. And Mube Guna as well. Hopefully we're going to get Mube and Colin on the next Easter talk, because there's none today because I'm knackered. So yeah, the next Easter talk is going to be the following Friday, not straight after the week of the Europa League Cup final. Should be interesting. Right, so any more questions? No more questions. I'm going to make one more announcement and then we are done. On the 22nd of June, we're going to have an end-of-season meetup with almost all the people who've appeared on Cannon Foyer TV. Now, we're going to have a meal. Well, we're going to be filming outside the Emirates Stadium, and then from there, we're going to move to a restaurant just a few minutes away from the stadium. That's called the HIGHNESS restaurant. So if you want to join us and have a free meal for two, you need to make sure you subscribe to Cannon Foyer TV and answer this question. Can you name which Arsenal footballer won the Golden Boot for this season? Make sure you send your name as well as the answer to either our email address or send your message to our Twitter account, which is Cannon Foyer TV. Drop it into the DM, and I think Raz will be making the plucking out the winner the week before the 22nd of June. So again, if you want to win a bill for two at the Highness on the 22nd of June, join the guys. You might want to get an autograph from myself, from me, or maybe TC or the other guys. We're going to have Mr. Fury, the Furious Fury, Little Maisie, Adam formerly from Route 1 Online, and many other guys as well. So that's it. So just one more. I think Koscielny has chosen the right time to quit, if he does, because he sometimes finds it hard to keep up in the Premiership now, and he's getting on to retirement age. Evening, what's the news? Right, so Chelsea Donker has just come in. Well, Chelsea, I'm about to end the segment. And the news is that apparently that Koscielny it says that he appears to be forced out of Arsenal. It appears because he's got one more year left on his contract. And he's 33 years old. I didn't realise he was 33. I actually thought he was a little bit older than that. But you can catch it up on demand, and that's it. So, guys, thank you for coming in. The last segment this week of Arsenal in news. Yeah, Koscielny and Robin van Persie. One who's pondering his future, and the other one has come to the end of his career. 18 years as a professional footballer. Oh, that's it. I'm cream crackered. And you know what, guys? I am out.